Hey guys, welcome to Life After Neverland, and today we're talking about The Masked Singer. But before we get going, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel and like the video. We really appreciate your support. We're working hard to try to grow, and we love having you here. So please take a minute, subscribe, support us, and let's get started.
Please forgive us for being a little bit late, but we hope you enjoy this video. We brought you to the beach. Unfortunately, it's a little hazy today.
Welcome to a morning hazy beach day. If you follow us on Twitter, you already know that we went out yesterday and filmed an entire vlog on Masked Singer, and our microphone didn't work.
And it was good too. We had a really good episode for you guys. And
Yes.
then we're like, wah to the wall. So it's been quite a week. Okay. But we're really excited to share with you our thoughts and our opinions about the show. So as you know, it was Group B playoffs. And on this episode, they eliminated 2 entertainers. The first one being, if you haven't watched, obviously, we're going to give you some spoilers, okay? So click off now, but please come back. This week, they eliminated basketball star Lonzo Ball, which we did peg.
Whatchamacallit.
Yep, the Whatchamacallit. And we did peg that it was Lonzo Ball, but we're not going to give ourselves 100% credit because we had to do some research because we don't know a whole lot about Lonzo Ball. And he sang what?
We don't watch basketball.
What did he
Lean
say?
back.
Yeah.
Lean back. Lean back. Lean back.
I really liked that song, but I do think that Lonzo Ball obviously didn't compare to some of the other entertainers. For example, the Serpent and the Crocodile. And of course, I don't know about you guys, but the Seahorse is a rock star. I love her so much.
The Seahorse is definitely going to make it to the final 2, if not win the entire thing.
Wow, I know. And of course, I love the Crocodile. So that left the Crocodile and the Serpent because the Seahorse went straight to the Super 6. And I thought that the Serpent did a great job. And so for the Crocodile and the Serpent to be up against each other, that was a tough one.
Yeah, the Seahorse versus Whatchamacallit was like, it'd be like me singing versus like
You being up next to, I don't know.
Nick Lachey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. The Serpent and the Crocodile was actually a very close competition. Even when they're about to kick one of them off, up until they announced that it was the Serpent going home, I wasn't sure who I wanted to stay. I think I was leaning a little bit Crocodile. I would have given Crocodile like half a point more than the Serpent. They both did very good.
Yeah, and so what was really insane is that Nicole pegged it. It was Dr. Elvis.
We had to do some research. We didn't really know who Dr. Elvis was.
No, but how impressive. I actually thought at one point that the Serpent was Brian McKnight, who is an amazing artist. So
I remember that.
Kudos to Dr. Elvis, a spine surgeon of all things. And so I was reading the article of his exit, and he gave us some information that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So with our whole world that we live in with the COVID experience, he kind of went into a little bit of detail about what it's like for these entertainers. They have to be tested every single day. They're quarantined in their own separate rooms, and then they can't go onto the set until they get the results of their COVID test. So I thought that was really fascinating and interesting. And then also it was kind of cute. He was saying he is a spine surgeon on Friday, and then by Monday he's practicing his choreography and working on his vocals. So what a multi-talented person.
Which made me happy because, you know, I resonated with that because my full-time job is doing home inspections, which is, you know, climbing in attics, and there's no creativeness. It's more logical problem-solving stuff. And then on the weekends and sometimes during the evenings, I'm here making vlogs and doing live streams with this one over here, which is like creative. So it's like I'm either editing videos or I'm climbing in attics. And so when he said that, I was like, you know, I resonated with that because it's fun to exercise both sides of your brain.
Yes, I mean, you're lucky if you can do both. And he was saying that he's gonna not quit his day job, but maybe he'll work on some lyrics or music. So we'll have to see. Who knows what Dr. Elvis is going to do next. But moving on, so that leaves us with the Seahorse. Now, Michelle Creations, one of our favorite followers, gave us some tips, as well as our friend Top Gun. She was giving us some tips too, and Shawn and I agree. We're all on the same page here. So we're going to let Shawn talk about the Seahorse, and then I'll talk about the Crocodile.
Oh, I prepared for the Crocodile.
That is some balagna, okay? Balagna. Let's go.
Seahorse. All right, here we go.
No shenanigans today, huh?
Look how I wrote my notes on this one. Can't read my notes on yours. I wrote way worse on this one. All right, so Seahorse. If you're not familiar with American Idol, you might have to look up this singer, Tori Kelly, who did well on American Idol. She didn't win. I think she was like 4th place or something. I'm not sure. She was in the top 5. Everyone thinks it's Tori Kelly, and I'm going to tell you why. So in the first clue package, you see a tea party happening, and there's 4 stuffed animals. A dog, a rainbow frog, and a dove. And so I knew right away when we were watching that episode, I'm like, okay, there is something significant about those animals. The pieces have been put together. Tori Kelly has 2 dogs at home, and then she also performed with Kermit the Frog, and she sang Rainbow Connection at Disneyland for one of their anniversary celebrations. So Kermit the Frog, Rainbow Connections, Rainbow Frog, boom. And then she also won the Dove Award for one of her music videos. So all those animals fit Tori Kelly.
What about the stuffed animals?
What did I just say?
Didn't she have 2 stuffed animals that were named after Harry Potter? Oh, no, those are her pets.
That's what I just said. She has 2 dogs. There's 2 dog stuffed animals.
Didn't they have special names?
Dobie and Frodo.
There you go.
But I was going to get to that later when I talk about Hogwarts.
Oh, sorry about that.
You going to let me do my thing?
I was just curious, okay?
So the stuffed animals were lined up like a panel of judges, which could be a shout out to American Idol and the judges. And then the last part of that clue package is Tori Kelly is known for throwing tea parties for her fans, and it's like one of her little gimmicks that she does.
That's so cute. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I mean, if that's not enough, let's continue. So then there was a hog with warts on it. Right away, you're like Hogwarts, Harry Potter. So
it's Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
You know how we are. We're like, we want Emma Watson.
Every season we're guessing Emma Watson until she shows up on the show.
She'll never be on this show.
And everyone's always like, she's an A celebrity. But there's been A celebrities on the show, so shut up. If you're typing that right now, just stop.
A person can dream.
I don't care.
A person can dream.
I can guess freaking Donald Trump if I want.
Eminem if we want, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so funny. See, a girl can dream, and so can a boy.
So Harry Potter is a reference to the fact that Tori Kelly is a huge Harry Potter fan. She named her dog Dobie after a character in Harry Potter. That's where I was going to go back and say that.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Tug of War. So she says, I'm something like, I'm playing tug of war with myself. There's a song she's saying called Should Have Been Us. The lyrics in that song, she says back and forth like tug of war.
Oh, cool.
So there's a kind of a connection there. Here's one of the bigger clues is in the newer clue package. There was a wagon going by our caravan or some sort, and then there was a broken smile that was crossed out, and she has a song called Unbreakable Smile. So broken smile, crossed out, unbreakable smile. And then there's a bunch of clocks with wings. And she also has a song called Time Flies.
For the Seahorse to have that many clues connected to Tori Kelly, at this point now, you guys, I mean, they always try to keep their clues really confusing, right?
Yeah, I mean, once you start connecting like 10 dots, you pretty much can know that you've pegged the correct artist. And also the last clue I have is she says that she retreated to her room and like poured her feelings out. She documented that, in an interview, I believe it was in an interview that she was doing, is she said that after American Idol, when she got voted off, she retreated to her bedroom and just sang for her webcam and sang a lot of songs, and she put them all on YouTube. That's a really nice car. Is that a Lamborghini?
I don't know, but I like it.
Oh, it's a Corvette. Wow.
That's a Corvette?
It looks different than...
That's the new version of Corvette.
Yeah, that must be a new Corvette.
That makes me feel strongly that Corvettes legit are the best car ever. They always were, even in the 80s. Now the new version, like, who ruined the Impala? Okay, tell me all about that. All right, whatever.
Yeah,
I digress.
That's a good point.
Okay.
So anyways, Tori Kelly. No way it's anyone else. There's not even a second guess here. It's definitely Tori Kelly. I forgot one.
Okay.
The 2 songs that she has sang so far on The Masked Singer, you can find her on YouTube singing those same exact 2 songs. And she sings in a little bit different of a pitch, I guess, in those songs, or a different key. I'm not a singer, so I'm not sure the difference between pitch and key. But whenever she goes power vocals, it sounds just like her. So it's almost like she's trying to disguise her voice a little bit on The Masked Singer, but when she hits those powerful notes, she can't disguise herself.
I was going to say that I thought it was Jessica Simpson because they did Chicken of the Sea. They actually gave that clue, and how in the world does that connect to Tori Kelly? Or is that one of those ones that they just throw in there to try to confuse you?
It's probably like she's scared of water or something.
Or because she's a seahorse, I don't know. But rude. We're talking about Emma Watson. I would love to see Jessica Simpson. I would love to see Jessica Simpson. And I said that before, and I mean it.
If the writers write Chicken of the Sea, they're gonna know everyone's gonna think Jessica Simpson. So that's actually, that's them trying to confuse you.
Well, just like every single season, they do, almost every season, I feel like they've done a step-by-step reference in which we'll bring it right back. Are you finished with yours?
I'm finished.
Fabulous. We'll bring it right back to the Crocodile. They did the step-by-step, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So, I want to talk about the Crocodile. It's my turn. You can interrupt me if you want. I'm okay. So, there are a lot of clues that tie to Nick Carter, and I think most of us agree.
It's not AJ?
That the Crocodile is Nick Carter. No, I want it to be AJ. The very first time I heard the Crocodile sing, I definitely heard a Backstreet Boy sound. I just didn't know which Backstreet Boy it was. I thought it was AJ. But the more that the Crocodile has been present on The Masked Singer, it doesn't sound like AJ. But it does sound a bit like Nick Carter, and there's tons of clues. So, in the first package, now this also referenced to one of the clues that they gave on Wednesday as well. They had a slip and slide, I believe, and then on Wednesday's episode, they talk about how the Crocodile was a part of a cult classic movie, and what cult classic movie could it possibly be? Nick Carter was in, are you ready? The cult classic Edward Scissorhands when he was little, and I believe he was in the background sliding on a slip and slide. I don't know how I was even able to say that with all that distraction. Blink. He also mentions crooning and swooning, and of course that has to do with the Backstreet Boys. I mean, there's women from age of all the way up to my age in the 40s that are swooning over the Backstreet Boys still today. The Crocodile also talked about being the happiest in water, and I also found out that Nick Carter is a big fan of boat racing.
Boat racing.
And he lives in Florida. So, hello! So there was also Vegas vibes mentioned in one of the clue packages. And the Backstreet Boys also had a residency in Las Vegas where they performed. So that's another one. So there was an Italian flag seen in one of the clues. And we don't know if that's because
Nick Carter loves pizza.
No. Well, who doesn't love pizza? He's part Italian. Or there's a 1970s comic strip that's an Italian comic strip named Nick Carter, so it could be one or the other, which would be kind of a cool little tie-in to a clue.
Or it might be because he likes Super Mario Brothers. Right, Enzo?
So in one of the clue packages, he went to a door, and the door had a number 5 on it, and we know that there are 5 people in the Backstreet Boys, but then also there's a family of 5. So you have 5 siblings?
Yep.
5 siblings.
He's one of 5 siblings.
One of 5 siblings. And they did have a reality show, too. I don't know what it was called, but I know that the Carters had a reality show at one point. I think that was a big deal. We also saw a pirate flag. And so we know, and I said this before, that he is a fan of the
Gronkaneers.
Buccaneers, but they also call them the Gronkaneers now. Don't you know? I love that. And he also has a tat of a pirate ship. So these clues are all tying to Nick to the Carter. There were oranges in the backyard, and that ties to Florida, and he's from Florida.
We have lots of oranges here, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah. They also had a childhood clue, and if you guys remember, he had a piñata, and all the dolphins came out of this piñata, and I found out that Nick Carter is an environmentalist. He founded the Nick Carter's Ocean Campaign in 2001. So that's pretty exciting.
And didn't he become Ambassador of the Year of the Dolphin or something like that?
Yep, he was an Ambassador of the Year of the Dolphin, too. So, hello, again, another clue that is so Nick Carter.
That's my dolphin impression.
And lastly, I told you guys this before, this is really important. So when he was younger and he was an entertainer, he won $100 at a contest, and he gave that $100 to his father, who at the time I don't believe was really believing in his talent. He also wrote verbatim that very same story that he mentioned in his clue in one of his books, and that book was entitled Facing the Music and Living to Talk About It. So I'm going to leave you with that. I think that's everything. But when we were talking about step by step, and I think they also showed a cruise ship, did they?
There was a cruise ship going by in the background.
So anyone that knows the Backstreet Boys or the New Kids on the Block know that not only did they travel and perform and entertain together for a very long time, NKOTBSB, yo.
Now they host their own party on cruise ships.
Yes, the New Kids have their own cruise ship, and the Backstreet Boys have their own cruise ship. So, yeah, that sounds like a fun once in a chance of a lifetime.
Sounds like a freaking sausage fest.
What? No, girls over at the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, they bring girls too?
On a boat, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just them, you know?
You're so crazy. But yeah, I don't think that they'll be doing the cruise ship anytime soon. Thanks a lot to the COVID. Blah. So that about covers everything. But I did want to ask you, Shawn, who was your favorite entertainer of the night?
I mean, I think Seahorse and the Sun are going to go to the final 2 on this. So it's going to be pretty hard for anyone else to beat those 2.
I do think that the Crocodile is definitely up there with them. In Group C, you guys, I don't know if there's anyone that can, like, match up to them. Maybe the Jellyfish?
No.
I don't even think so. I am going to nail it right now, as well as you. I think it's going to be the Seahorse, the Sun, and the Crocodile. What do you guys think?
The only performer that from any other season that can top these 2 would probably be Gronkowski from last season.
which brings us to our our topic that we always talk about. I don't understand how they match everyone up in these groups, because how is it even fair? It's not fair. Group C, they're screwed.
They put their fun characters together. That way they have a chance of lasting longer, because if you put anyone from Group C in Group A or B, they'd be voted out first. So they're putting kind of like their crappy singers together, their mediocre singers, and then their good singers, so that they all can last longer.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true, damn it.
What
I'm
are your
smart.
guys' thoughts? What are your opinions? How do they group these entertainers up? It just doesn't seem like it makes any sense to me.
It makes perfect sense to me. Just like the Supernatural finale.
No.
Which, if you want to hear our video on the Supernatural finale, we both have very different opinions on that, and it is our last video that you can check out.
Yes, you guys, thank you so much for always being present and watching. We really appreciate you. We hope you guys have a beautiful Thanksgiving this Thursday, and also the Masked Singer Group C, they're going to be on Thanksgiving night. So we will have our video out for you guys on Friday this week.
Or Saturday if the microphone doesn't work.
Exactly. So after Thanksgiving, check us out. Make sure you stay tuned. And we want to let you know, since you asked, what are we grateful for? We're grateful for you. So hang in there with us. We can't wait to see you at the end of our Thanksgiving dinner, right?
And I'm grateful for the Packers being 7-2 right now.
So leave a comment down below what you're grateful for, okay? We can't wait to talk to you next week. Thank you for watching. Share this video with your friends. Send them on over to Life After Neverland. We'd be grateful for that as well.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks.